Spontaneity means there is no preparation and there is no idea of preparation, and you are in the moment and acting and actually facing the situation and responding to it. It simply means you are actually beyond judgmental. So when I started writing this, I truly don't know whether I print a book or not. There is not even single trace of that kind of thought. But I continued writing. So many pages I wrote. I wrote in lobbies, airport lounges, on the street side, in the kitchen. And I always used to carry the notebook with me all the time. And I always use same kind of notebook so that my mind never gets confused. What pen, what notebook. So I'm just keeping the mind restful. And whatsoever comes into my mind, which is my experience, not just imagination. If you see the book, 90% are my experiences. That's how I live. It is not just a philosophy. So I'll try to read a couple of pages from the book. And somebody asked me one day in Delhi airport, and I was reading something, actually I was drawing something in my book. And he just came quickly and grabbed the book and asked me, "What are you doing, gentleman?" I said, "I'm writing something, I'm drawing something." And he turned the pages and he liked the pages, and he asked me, "How can you write without thinking?" I said, when you thought of meeting, or when you thought of, when you grabbed the book, you acted spontaneously, and you know the answer. That's how I wrote, the way you grabbed the book without my permission. So I'm not taking my mind's permission, I'm just acting, anticipating, and writing whatsoever. I'm not really bothering about the grammar as well as framing sentences, syntax errors. Whatsoever comes, I just write. And I quickly wrote this page in front of him in Delhi airport lounge, that this is how I write. So Risa doesn't know how to live, he just lives, and he does not think what to write, he just writes. And it became a writing. So the entire pages actually contains the essence of this page. Not really thought too much about what to felt and wrote. That's all. I really don't know whether people like it or not. And I used to show those pages to many of my friends who visit, and they are all read these pages. And there used to be a dialogue, In other books, there will be 20 sentences in small fonts. One has to read, understand. Then one can talk about it. But here, if we type this text using Word, maybe just 20 words, 1.5 line. So within no time, mind understands what it is, and there will be a dialogue, whether it is a positive or negative. I have heard a story that there was a Zen master called Bokuzu, and he was a wonderful man. And one early morning, one of his disciples brought breakfast for him, and that was very hot and served hot. So Bokuzu wants to eat it. He sat cross-legged and bowed down to Buddha and salute the sun god. And he was about to eat, and immediately disciple stopped him. "Master, you have to stop for a few seconds." And he was very logical, bent mind, and very argumentative, never accepts anything. And Bokuju said, "You just ask quickly." And disciple asked that, "What is the meaning of life? And finish your all questions, then let me do what I have to do." All right. Then he started asking these questions. What is life? What is the essence of life? How we have to live? What is meditation? What is meditativeness? What is bliss? And what is God? Who am I? Who are you? And Bokuju said, ask one question out of all these questions, which is very significant for you. Then disciple thought few moments and said, what exactly the essence of life? Tell me. Bokuju just slapped him and he said, I don't know anything, the questions you asked about. All I know is it is getting cold, the breakfast, I have to eat it. It's very simple. So here it is one of the beautiful pages, and that story before, I just speak few words about it. There is one master, in Zen philosophy there are beautiful stories, and I have my own stories to tell, but there is one master and he always used to tell his disciples that he had never seen anything imperfect on the planet Earth, in the universe. And he has a beautiful disciple called Bubala. So Bubala also is kind of logical, because if the guru is so talented like that, compassionate like that, so disciple has to be little logical, then only there will be a possibility of dialogue. So that scriptures are written. So disciple thought for a while, and master said everything is so perfect on the planet Earth, and I want to prove him wrong. Then what I have to do? So he thought for a while. He just took a canvas and he just drew something spontaneously and half done. Half done in the sense, exactly he drew face half vertical, so that anybody can say in the world that it is half face, half done painting, unfinished painting. And he asked all the disciples, co-disciples, that how do you define it? Everybody said it is unfinished. So he went to master and said, you always say that everything is perfect on the planet Earth. Now I am going to show something. You have to prove it to me that it is perfect. Then I'll surrender to you and I'll bow down to you and all that. Then master said, all right, just I'll get that thing what you have. Then the disciple get the painting and